I'm good. I'm coming. You got me. I'm good.
Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate your support. Please make sure you are also subscribed. On my channel, I give my opinion on current events, news, and politics. I try to offer a perspective of logic, reason, and sanity. So I hope that you will like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments below, share it with others, and also help me to grow this channel to hopefully reach more people that value logic, reason, and sanity. Also, be sure to head on over to Rumble and find me there under Outspoken Samantha in the event that YouTube decides I have violated their community standards and chooses to kick me off their platform forever. That being said, let's get into today's topic. I just saw this video this morning and my heart absolutely dropped. So I'm sure that most of you are aware of who RileyGaines is at this point. If you're not overly familiar, RileyGaines is a former swimming competitor to liathomas. Liathomas used to be Will Thomas and swam competitively against men at Penn State University, and then a few years ago decided that he was a woman and grew his hair out, started taking a little bit of estrogen, and then the woke crowd decided that this would make him a fair competitor to biological women, and that we're just supposed to call this 6'4", muscular, testosterone-filled male an actual woman and ignore the biological reality of his abilities and the advantage that he has over women that he's competing against. So RileyGaines tours a lot, she does a lot of speaking engagements, and she is trying to protect women's rights in sports, to protect the opportunities that women have in sports, and to protect the fact that the reason that women and men's sports are separated is so that women do have an equal opportunity to earn the same kinds of scholarships and medals and championships that men have the opportunity to achieve and to earn for themselves. And that by putting men and women against each other, that the men are always going to win. She has become this outspoken activist to say that we need to get back to the former standards that we had so that women don't lose out on these opportunities. So again, she tours a lot, she does a lot of speaking engagements. She goes to a lot of college campuses, and unfortunately at a recent event at, I believe it was San Francisco State University on Thursday night, chaos just absolutely ensued. The poop hit the fan and she was actually injured at this event.
It's just me. I'm good. I'm coming. You got me. I'm good. I'm coming. I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. Go ahead.
Trans rights are human rights! Trans women are women! Women are women!
According to an article in Fox News, a former NCAA swimmer, RileyGaines, was barricaded in a room at San Francisco State University Thursday night after she was physically assaulted following a speech to students about saving women's sports at a Turning Point USA and Leadership Institute event on the campus. Louis Barker, Riley's husband, said he had brief conversations with her while she was barricaded in the room for nearly 3 hours. She told me she was hit multiple times by a guy in a dress. I was shaking. It made me that mad. It makes me sick to feel so helpless about it, Barker said. She was under police protection and was still hit by a man wearing a dress. On Twitter, Gaines shared footage she took showing her being rushed out of the venue by police officers amid an onslaught of verbal attacks from the detractors who surrounded her. The prisoners are running the asylum at SFSU. I was ambushed and physically hit twice by a man. Gaines wrote in the tweet, "This is proof that women need sex-protected spaces. Still only further assures me I'm doing something right. When they want you silent, speak louder. And I mean, it absolutely broke my heart. It just made me sick to my stomach to see this happening to RileyGaines, because we have seen this happening repeatedly, and it seems to be more and more common over the last couple of months. I did a video on Posey Parker, how she was assaulted by a 2,000 person mob and had juice and tomato soup thrown at her, where she had to be escorted away by a police car, and she literally feared for her life. There was also a recent event at Virginia Commonwealth University that Kristen Hawkins, who is a pro-life activist and speaker, that they were holding at this campus, and the event was interrupted by Antifa thugs, goons, who came in and started yelling and swearing at the speakers, and then chaos again just ensued.
Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
It absolutely blows my mind. Like, I don't think it's ever not going to shock me when I see things like this happening, and I see just the absolute brainwashing and programming of the people that support these things. And what I've noticed from the left is that they're really good at programming people to advocate for their own destruction. With BLM, they convinced people to essentially burn down their own cities and communities. With women, they're convincing women to destroy their own bodies and destroy life in the womb and destroy their own rights. With families, with parents, they're convincing parents to destroy their own families through transgender ideology. They take an issue, they create a crisis, and they're getting people to destroy themselves with this crisis. What I really, really hope that these people start to wake up from being woke. I hope that they can at least start to acknowledge that they are not the party of acceptance, but the party of prejudice. That they're not the party of inclusion, they are the party of exclusion. That they're not the party of diversity, they are the party of everybody has to think and believe the same things. They're not the party of tolerance, they are the party of intolerance, and they are not the party of love, but they are the party of hate. And the reason that they are so vehemently against hearing any speck of the truth, hearing any diversity of opinion, is because they know that once people hear the truth, that is going to be the first little flicker of light that is going to cause them to break away from the cult. They aren't concerned about you listening to us because we're lying. They don't want you to hear us because they're lying. And the common thread to people who break away from this wokeness, from this cult, is when they're exposed to the truth. I was actually listening to a video on Liz Wheeler's channel about a gal who grew up Christian and then she went to a very liberal women's college, and just kind of the process of how she went from her moderate beliefs to being extremely woke radical leftist, and then the process of reawakening to truth and just the things that kind of woke her up to the fact that what she believed made absolutely no sense, and then rekindled her relationship with her family that had been broken and rekindled her faith that she had lost. And the common thread in all of these stories that I hear, including hers, is that she started to be exposed to things that she hadn't been allowed to be exposed to while attending a liberal college, and that had been completely rejected by her peers and by her activist teachers in the college that she went to. And it was just a simple little bits of exposure to the truth by other sources that she had been told were bad that finally woke her up to realizing that what she was advocating for had no basis, had no foundation, and it all was based on deception and lies and destruction. But ultimately, what I hope this does, or what I hope it does not do, I hope it does not scare people from speaking out and speaking up. And I love that RileyGaines is saying this just emboldens me more to speak the truth, that she knows she's doing something right because of the reaction that she is getting from this leftist cult. The intention of the woke mob being mobilized to do things like this, to shut down people that don't agree with them, is to use these people as an example, to send a message to people that you better not speak out, you better keep your mouth shut, or this is going to happen to you. And I hope that it does the opposite, to realize that we need to be stronger, we need to be louder, and we need to reach more people with the truth. And as I said in my video, I believe it was from yesterday, where I was talking about how this increase of, threats, the threats have been taken to a whole new level, to that they've gotten to physical assault against people who disagree with the left, that we know when we're spreading the truth and we're spreading things that are real and have basis and facts underneath them, we know that we are sharing something that has a foundation and that has a base, and we don't need hostility, and we don't need violence, and we don't need threats to make our point, because this truth stands up for itself. Whereas when you do have a belief system that is built on deception and lies and things that don't make sense, it takes endless amounts of energy to keep that up and to remember what it is that you advocated for last week, and does it make sense with what you're advocating for this week, or does it even matter if they make sense together? It doesn't matter if you are a hypocrite. It doesn't matter if you have double standards, and it's exhausting. It becomes exhausting because there's nothing to hold these things up, and you are the one that has to exhaust yourself in order to bolster these lies and this deception. And that is why these people are so angry and practically feral and so programmed to react with so much hostility and animosity. So please send a prayer out to RileyGaines today. Even go over to her Twitter feed and offer her some encouragement and some love. Let her know that you support her and that you're praying for her and that you hope that she continues to do what she has been doing. Please hit the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Even if you comment just an emoji to help me in the algorithm, that is greatly appreciated. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video, and I will see you in the next one.